Hello everyone, welcome back to Ultimate League here in Tenbridge as we find ourselves then in round number 8 of season 24, and since we are racing in the UK, there was someone who decided to just drive all the way through into this track, and that person is none other than the legendary Skip. So how are you feeling, Skip?
Hello, I'm delighted to be here. I'm in a precarious legal position where they won't let me out of the UK, so I can only attend the 2 British races this season. But I'm delighted to be here in Cambridgeshire, nonetheless, at this beautiful racetrack.
Oh, nice to hear. So yeah, I actually did not know this was an actual place, but yeah, either way, this is a Eleanor track here today, and yeah, usually, as it is often with Eleanor's tracks, is that they are usually quite big and always quite nice in real life as like endurance tracks. And yeah, but either way, Figo could be crowded world champion once again today, and for the second time he would be doing it with 2 rounds to spare, and yeah, so we are about to start qualifying. Last round we did saw Aussie taking the race win, and that was the first time Figo did not won in this season. And yeah, so I guess the main question is, will Aussie be able to do it again, or will Figo this time actually uh, you know, take more effort with practice? And yeah, I guess that's something we have to see if he really did practice or not. But yeah, either way, we got this. Thanks to Kado, we got this nice new sector tool for these last few rounds, and once again we can see who's doing good. And as you can see, it is Figo then right at the front. Although I do see right now it is Aussie, but F1 Fan is the one who takes the fastest middle sector there. So yeah, we are about then to end the first lap. Remember that with the full grid it is the top 9 that will go through into qualifying, and let's see who's going to be at the front. It's going to be Aussie in the end. So there he goes, and Aussie fed me in second place. Actually, that is quite a big surprise. In the meantime, we see Ricky Boy just making it through here. So here we got...
Yeah, nothing in it between 9th and 10th. Look at that, Ricky Boy with a 37.02, Kalitka with a 37.03, and F1 Fan just behind as well. You'd be surprised to not see F1 Fan make it through to Q2 though, for sure.
Yeah, that's the main thing here, and I was just noticing there, F1 Fan down in P11, who is not improving on the middle sector here, so yeah, in the meantime we see Finguala with the best middle sector, and let's see who's gonna go through here now, and it's going to be then, ooh, Hickey Boy's gonna be out just in the end. So yeah, let's see then, getting eliminated, we got Azot today filling in for Ricard Auto, gonna be eliminated Nomskar in a very unusual position. To be fair, he kind of just hopped in, and that's pretty much it. So not much practice, but yeah, as we started getting P17, we should probably see him getting faster and faster as this race goes on. Then we got Nikhil, who I always thought he was Italian for some reason, but apparently he's Canadian. And yeah, then we see Kalika there in P15, followed in by Ricky Boy. Then you got Finguala, I think, who's doing his debut race here today. And yeah, then we see then Albono then in P12, then you got Lexus today coming back for Lynx Racing, and then you got Straddle then just being out, so the top 9 will go through. We got both LSAs, both 1 times, we got a full force here with Yoa. They're right at the front, then we see both RMCs, which is probably very nice here for the home Grand Prix here. And yeah, then you got Kola as well, making it to the mix with Matimar. So yeah, your thoughts in this Q1 session?
Very, very interesting qualifying session. I mean, you can't say it was decided by margins in the end. Matima had a good 10th and a half over Strudel. He'll be delighted to make it through, as will Kola. Strong showing from some of the big teams, one time in LSA, very good performances. RMC, very fast as they come into their 3rd to last race in the sport. Heartbreaking, that is. And Nomskar, you're surprised to see him down in 17th, but he's a multiple world champion, and he's one of those drivers who's been in the game for so long, you know, like you said, as he does more and more laps through the race, he's going to get quicker and quicker and quicker.
Right, nice to hear. So there we go then. We entered in Q1. Soon we're gonna go straight into Q2 then. And alright, so here we go then. Starting Q2, we see Justin. Once again, I need to remind myself that he's not actually British, but he's from the Netherlands. And yeah, so I guess the fact that he's racing with an orange car should help me remind me of that, but either way we see then Justin on my screen at least. And I'm seeing Matimar, but let's see soon who's gonna have that purple sector, and it is Fantemy, so there goes Fantemy doing pretty well. And yeah, this season I would say there was a race where it was quite impressive, and that was in Hockenheim where he had a hell of a challenge to Figo. And yeah, he finished second place there, but I feel like that was his best race. And of course, we're talking about the 3 times race winner. But either way, let's see who's going to be on that provisional pole. And it's going to be Fantemy himself. Figo is going to be in second. And they're just separated by a hundredth of a second there. And it is very interesting to see how each sector, the one who managed to be the fastest in each sector, is always a different driver. But as we see now, the top 4, they are not looking to improve on this first sector. Now we see Figo improving on the middle sector there. We see now we're just gonna have to wait for Yoa, and there he goes. But so far Justin is only on with 2 green sectors here. Let's see now how gonna things look like. Who's gonna be taking that pole position here? And it's gonna be Fantemy in the end. Looks like nothing really happens at the front, but we do see there Aussie climbing up all the way into 3rd place. And so let's then have a look into the starting grid. Alright, so looking then at the starting grid, you're gonna have then Fantemy starting on pole position, and right behind him is gonna be then the 2 1-times. Figo will start alongside with Aussie in 3rd, then we see Justin in P4, followed by F1 Fan, then in P5 tied with Yoa there, they got the same lap time. Then we got Sukola in P7, followed in by Corvid, and it's Matimar with then Straddle just closing the top 10. Then right after him is going to be then Lexus with Finguala with the 2 Stargoats there, Albono and Ricky Boy. Then you got Kalita with Nikil, Nobskar, and then Azot will round up the grid. So yeah, so what do you make of this, Skip?
Well, it was the tightest of margins right at the very front, but an incredible lap by Fantemy. That's got him pole position. That's the first time in season 24 that he's managed it, and yeah, fantastic job by the LSA driver. They should be very, very happy with that.
Yeah, and it should be a very exciting race. These first few laps will be interesting, but since it is a corner to the right, so that means that whoever's gonna start in first place will have that inside line, which will be very convenient. So there is something that Fantemy can count on. But yeah, we should see a lot of battling here, and yeah, let's then get ourselves into the race. And there we go then, we got everyone on the starting grid, and let's see which tires will they pick up. I'm seeing a few hard tires, no mediums here, and here we go then. Fantemy's gonna immediately shut the door on inside on Figo, but as you can see he's gonna take that tight angle, but still not able to go through. But as we see, still going side by side here, he has to break. Aussie goes straight to the lead now. We see Justin now taking 2nd place, Fantemy down in 3rd place, and Figo then in P4, then we see a F1 Fan, then in P5 now, try to not mess up in these corners, which is very easy to do. And then we see Aussie, not Aussie, but Yoa then, right behind the Romanian driver now, actually going side by side, but it is Aussie with the lead of the race then. As we see now Justin, oh my god, just going on the inside of the grass, and now he's going to lose a lot of positions there. We see Figo then just battling with the LSA, so we got the 1-time versus LSA battle here. As they are then, as all of these 4 cars are then in the top 4. In the meantime, we see Mati then, after a bit of a disastrous Q2 session, now getting himself up into P6, and that is very nice for him because he's on the hard tires. In the meantime, we see Kola just trying to find a way past there, which he managed to do. So there he goes, the Finnish driver now. Justin once again just getting involved in some crashes. In the meantime, we see a pack of 3 cars and getting away.
Yeah, absolutely electric start from Matimar. He managed to get all the way up from 9th up to 4th, and then back down to 8th position again. Fantemy super defensive at the start, squeezing all the way to the inside, and that hurt both of them right off the start. Aussie got through, but it looks like Fantemy is back in control in the lead of this race. F1 Fan will be annoyed not to be in that front pack of the 1-times and the LSAs, and Kola up in 5th position. What a great start from him. Justin, on the other hand, will be very disappointed.
Yeah, and that start, I would say, really reminded me of the American Grand Prix in 2024 at the Circuit of the Americas, where I think we saw like Verstappen diving up inside of Norris, and then Leclerc just sort of made a switch back on them, and he just got away in that race. But in the meantime, we see Fantemy then back into the front, Aussie in 2nd. I think right now they're going to be chilling out at the front for now. with F1 Fan trying to chase him down. And we see Corvid up to P5, so yeah, the RMC is looking to be the third best team here today right now, with then Mati then in P7. But yeah, we still got certain things here happening. We see Ricky Boy there making it to the top 10. It's actually quite nice here. Let's see then, we see Lexus trying to go around the outside, and oh, there is some lag. And oh my god, Ricky Boy and Lexus is going quite wide there. In the meantime, I see Justin going already into the pits. So early pit stop there from the Dutchman, as we see then F1 Fan already catching up to the others here. But Jeff Fatman is down in third place. I wonder if he saw something here, because I feel like we may have had a server lag, but I'm not totally sure, so...
Yeah, no, that's right. It was a server lag, definitely lag on my end as well, but a very, very early pit stop from Justin. He must be counting on the fact that he won't catch up to these back markers before his competitors decide to come into the pit lane. None of that front four come in as it stands, but F1 Fan has caught the pack. We have a proper team battle on our hands here.
Just off with me, I think pushing Figo off there. Now he takes second place. Jeff Figo down in third place. We see F1 Fan then in P4. But yeah, from what I saw, I think Figo only needs a top 10 in order to become a 4 times world champion then. As we see now, F1 Fan also gets past the Japanese driver, so yeah, the Japanese Portuguese driver. But yeah, then we see Mati now happy to P5 with Corvid now just trying to get up the inside there. As he has soft tires, but maybe at this point we are starting to see that sort of crossover point. But now we see that more drivers coming into the pits then, F1 Fan and Figo go in. Same with Corvid there. So yeah, we see then Figuel on his debut then battling Azot here. Both on the hard tires, and as we see, oh my god, what the hell is this going on here? Just a lot of chaos. Figuel gets swallowed by the pack right behind. As I think Azot was also a bit off the track there. But yeah, we see then F1 Fan I think getting separated from Figo, who now takes the mediums actually. And yes, so we're starting to finally see some medium tires on this track. And
Big
what
crash in the background. Finguala and Kalitka going deep into the gravel section there. Tough one for the debutant, but Nick Hill with a couple of offs as well falls back into his clutches.
Seems like a lot of drivers really. Oh. So yeah, but it seems like that some drivers really finding it hard to just stay on track. Seems like they're just getting pushed around by everyone. But as we see then, yeah, a few drivers still yet to pit. We see then the top 3 right now. We see Strello there just making it into the podium, but once again he's gonna have to pit. So the net leader is gonna be then Ozzy with Fatme in second place, and he's taking the hard tires. So that is a very crucial decision from him. And yeah, it seems like Yoa wants to swap positions with Mati, and it seems like Mati also complied. So there you go, playing some slipstream tactics here. As we see then Strada also just not want to take part of these fights in the top 3 here. So he's just going to let all of 3 of these drivers go through. But yeah, seems like Figo is not really on the slipstream pack with Ozzy and Phantomy. So that might be a good thing for these 2 drivers here. But
yeah, it could be Ozzy and Phantomy running away, but we'll have to see if they run into traffic. Yua and Matti are going to stay out for a 10th lap in this Grand Prix. I mean, I'd love it if the race ended right now. We saw these 2 drivers on the podium because they are wonderful, wonderful racers, but they will provide a great challenge for the front 2 potentially with them bearing in on them. Will they go for the tactical strategy of letting them through, trying to pick up the bit of slipstream that they give off the back of their cars, or will they just defend knowing that they have to fight one another as well as these drivers coming up behind them?
Yeah, this is actually a great question, and from what I'm seeing, it kind of looks like that these pits are incredibly long. Because yeah, it is quite surprising that Yo and Matti are still in the lead without, even though they haven't made any pit stops yet. But either way, then Matti goes into the pits. Yo doing what he sometimes does, which is just going very long in some stints. As we see, just some chaos being caused here. You see, Yo went off the track, then Ozzy went also off the track. But it is still the Polish driver then into the lead of this race. Figo now getting closer here. But now he's going to have to get past the South African, but I would say Yoa may want to get some revenge on Figo. Because they had a bit of an incident on the final lap from the previous race where they were battling for the second place here. But I think now, yeah, Yoa doesn't really have a choice. He's going to have to let Figo through. Maybe take some of
Yeah,
that
shades
slipstream.
of Hakkinen and Schumacher with Fantamy there. He saw his opportunity. You were originally holding him up, and then he gets past, slingshots next to Aussie and just sends one down the inside, but he couldn't make it stick, couldn't run away from Aussie. These front two are staying together, and if I was a betting man, I'd say that Aussie might just be tempted to hold Fantamy up enough that Figo is able to come into his clutches, even though Aussie is, of course, on the fresher tyres.
Yeah, in the meantime, we see some clouds here. And as yeah, now Yoa then goes into the pits then. Finally, as yeah, he's gonna be then the final driver to pits. And might be in the time where some drivers might actually pit already for the second time here. But I think the one who might be the closest to pits from the entire grid is gonna be Ozzy. Because he has the soft tires, and I think Fatmi knows that he has much better tires right now. And there he goes, and Fatmi wastes no time. And now he takes back the lead here, so I think Ozzy should be pitting soon. Now the sun just coming in once again, but as we see now, he sees that Fatmi at the port exit, and now he takes back P1.
So yeah, he's not going to sit behind Fantamy. He's absolutely looking to get overtakes done if and when he can. I think Aussie would have really loved a bit of rain coming just now. There's 10% forecast for today, but no luck just now. Aussie gets back past Fantamy. Of course, I misspoke when I said he was on the fresher tyres, but the softs theoretically are the faster tyre, although in the state they're in, it looks like Fantamy should start to overtake and pull away.
Yeah, and although I'm seeing though that Figo seems to be a little bit rusty, but either way we see that Fatmi just taking back the lead now as you see Ozzy now going into the pit. Figo's gonna follow him, so there he goes. This could actually be very dangerous for Fatmi, because if Figo managed to catch up to the Frenchman while Ozzy just managed to get a bit of a gap to Fatmi as well, that could really open some big opportunity for one time to pull in some team tactics. So
yeah,
we're gonna have to
stack from one time. It looked like they just about pulled it off without either driver hurting. Of course, in the game they're ghosted, but we can pretend in real life that that was a flawlessly executed operation. And I agree, Fantamy is in big trouble. The undercut opportunity from his two competitors here could really hurt him, especially if they pull enough time to be able to get a gap out in front of him and pull away.
Yeah, I think the only good news for Fatmi is that Figo could potentially lose some time here with Kala, but Oz is in completely clean air right now, and yeah, he only has two drivers ahead of him, which are actually the LSAs. And yes, we see then here F1 Fan Crit in second, racing in no man's land here. And yes, maybe we should just look through into some other parts of this pack here, as we see then the Stargoats with Azot, who's actually doing a pretty good race here for Ricard. Now creating P13, we see Albano struggling a lot. Also now Figuala just getting past Ricky there. Ooh, a bit of a push there. Nikhil is gonna pick up some scraps here as he takes then P16. But I think looking a bit more at the front, yeah, we see then Figo making it, getting that move on Kala. But yeah, Fatmi though, just staying out here. Maybe, if he stays out long enough, maybe this whole Figo slowing down Figo thing, Figo slowing down Fatmi thing may not really be that much of an issue for the Frenchman, because he's going to be in a completely different strategy, and yeah, I guess that is what he's counting on. Maybe saving a pit stop in the end, which I feel like could work, because I'm getting the impression that the pit stops here are incredibly long for some reason, so yeah, that's pretty much it here. As we got a bit of a Azot train with Tabono, Nikhil, then Finguala, who seem to be having some struggles in this race. But I would say though, that qualifying I think really shows that he does have some potential, because he didn't make it into Q2 on his debut race, so I think he might be someone we're going to be seeing climb up through the grid, and hey, who knows, maybe be a future... Oh, there he goes. Yeah, now it's LSA answering here. Fatmi's gonna be, I think, leaving just ahead of Figo, and that is very crucial. As we see, let's pretend that we have a shot of the LSA mechanics just applauding here. So there he goes. Then Fatmi takes second, but can Figo take that slipstream? There's still some possibility there. But yeah, I think Fatmi is keeping it clean, not going into the grass, not making any mistakes. And now he takes second, and so this is incredibly crucial. Then he's going to have better tires, which should allow him to just create a gap on Figo. And now also just get closer to Ozzy. And but yeah, now we see the clouds coming in. We got the RMC drivers, Carvid and Justin, now racing next to each other with Straddle just behind. But as we see, yeah, looks like they're gonna swap positions, and that was nicely done there, which is quite impressive considering Carvid's ping. But I think with his experience right now, I think that yes, it's coming in handy here.
Yeah, they seem to have received my text message with the team orders, which I'm very happy about. So looks like Justin will be able to get a bit of clean air, chase after Matty actually, who's on very old tyres now, but then hopefully turn his attention further up the field, see if he can get in that race for the podium.
Okay, so I guess we knew what was keep doing, because I was having the feeling that you
why I
were.
was quiet when you tried to
Yeah.
keep me in, yeah.
But yeah, now we see you struggle with a big mistake there. Now he's down in P9 and just getting a bit further from the RMCs. But yeah, seems like the clouds or the skies will be opening up again. And but yeah, now seems like the race is absolutely calmed down as we see Yoa now pitting for a second time. And yeah, Matty. But yes, so that is interesting because Matty and Yoa were close to each other before their first pit stops. Now Yoa he's ahead, and this time around they actually pitted at the same time. So yeah, Yoa actually going for a bit of a smaller stint compared to the first one where he really did stretch those tires out. But yeah, in the meantime, I feel like I saw Nomskar somewhere. Yeah, there he goes. He's already into the top 10, but he's gonna have to pit for a second time still. So perhaps not an actual P10 for now, but I believe he could maybe making it to the top 10 at the end of this race. But yeah, just trying to see if we can find some battles here. Ooh, Matt is going up the inside of Noms as he goes into the pits. And
interesting to see where Noms comes out, because he could have enough of a gap to come out ahead of these back racers. Obviously Lexus has gone through, we'll have to see. Will he get got by Azor? Azor, I think, still comes out just behind him. So yeah, Noms was in 10th, had to pit, but he's locked in a P12 for the time being. And it's sunny weather at the moment, so hopefully, at least on his end, he's activated that old weather machine and he won't be caught out by that too much. But a big battle at the front again.
yeah, there he goes. Fatmi just makes the move on Ozzy. Seems like Ozzy really just happy to let the Frenchman go through. And but yeah, Figo still close there, and yeah, seems like Ozzy may have had a disaster of a lap because of how much faster Figo was there. And I just saw, now I can't really see the lap times here, but it was quite a big difference. So yeah, Fedmi takes back the lead. Figo still very close, in close range there, just 2 seconds behind. But I think soon we might see Ozzy going into the pits here. But he's not going to be on this lap, so yeah, he wants to take full advantage of that LSA slipstream there. As in the meantime, we see the RMCs are actually going for the double stacking, and I think doing some roleplay here is going to be a bit of a stretch because they were literally pitting at the same time. So yeah, so
we've got car merging technology where we can get them to go inside of each other in the pit box. So yeah, it's a pretty nifty bit of tech, but not many races left to use it in.
Yeah, I guess the way that would work would be that when you go to the pits, one driver travels to one dimension and the other one travels to another dimension, and I guess each one has their own pit crew, and I guess that's kind of how it works. But
yeah, I think the URA are looking to ban it for next season though, so it's not ideal.
Yeah, I guess so. But in the meantime, we do see now Figo in P4 as he just came out of the pits with a fresh set of mediums, and in the meantime we see then Joa doing quite a good race here in P5 as he often does. Actually, he's been a very solid driver in these later seasons.
Big battle down the field, 13th, 14th, 15th and 16th, four-way scrap at the moment.
Yeah, we see here the Star Goats with Lexus and up the inside of Albono there. We see Ricky Boy just ahead there. Nikhil maybe looking to find a way to benefit from this. As we see Lexus dive up the inside of the Star Goats, and both of them get a little bit pushed off there. And oh my god, it was a bit of a disaster. So
Look
I
at
guess.
this train now. Wow, we got 6
Oh my
drivers.
god. Yeah, now it is Kalika joining the party. Figuala also right behind. This is a battle for the last few positions actually. And as we see, oh yeah, I was seeing Fatmi at the front with a huge gap, but seems like Ozzy's out in first, so he's also made it pit stop. As it is F1 Fan then in second place, but either way, then we see here Kalitka then just ahead of Albono, and with yeah, that's the RMCs. I was seeing two close cars a bit further up ahead, but I think,
Yeah,
there's still a lot happening here at the back though. As we see then the Stargoats versus Figvala here goes around on the outside of Ricky Boy. And yeah, that's quite a nice move there. And
See
yeah,
if Ben can hold off Iguala. Ricky goes into the pit lane. Ben on a slightly older tyre, but he's got the inside for turn one. And Finguala,
ooh,
I think, got a bit of server lag. Oh, Noms is well off. Oh my goodness, that must have been a huge server lag for him. He was about 70 miles deep into that gravel trap. Bloody hell.
I couldn't really see a server lag, but yeah, I just suddenly saw Noms quite deep into the gravel pits, and you know he's starting P17. Oh, but I think Noms might be the laggy one here. Because I just saw him just glitching, and I think he was really the only one doing that, so I have to watch out for that, because that might be a DNF there, but yeah, in the meantime we see then Ozzy.
Anthony in.
Oh yeah, but in the meantime we see F1 Fan battling Ozzy here. I think F1 Fan wanted to pit, but I think that pit entry was blocked for him, but in the meantime we see Figo coming in close, and now he takes net second place there, so there he goes, Figo ahead of Fatmi. This could really change everything here, but Fatmi goes up this side, and oh my god, they both go off the track!
Oh my goodness, what electric racing. Figo squeezed him all the way to the inside, and Phantomy decided that was still a gap wide enough to squeeze his nose through. Sends one down the inside, and I can't imagine he'll go unpunished for that.
Yeah, that was the tightest of the angles there. As we see, Figo goes up the inside. Fatmi now tries to switch back. It's gonna push him on the inside there. Oh no, what are you doing, Fatmi? Oh my god, that was quite extreme. Yeah, that was quite extreme there from Fatmi, I must say there. But yeah, Figo really did try and slow down Fatmi as much as possible. But yeah, now we got some interesting tactics going on here, because we see Ozzy on the soft tires, so he's definitely going to be committed to make an extra pit stop compared to Fatmi at least. And yeah, so Fatmi may win this race, or at least cross the line in first place, but I'm pretty sure there are going to be some reports going on, and then the stewards will have a look into it in the end, so we may have some drama after this race, that is for sure. Because oh my god, that was quite extreme actually, that was really extreme.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty stuff, but I think Figo, annoyed as he may be at this, and annoyed as he may be at yet again for the second race in a row now, not winning, having won the first 6 on the bounce, he looks more than in a good enough position to be crowned a 4-time champion of the world, I believe.
Yeah, that's for sure, and last time he became champion, he was only the second driver to get more than 2 titles. And yeah, now he's gonna be then taking that 4th full title, and the rest is gonna be a deserved one. And I kind of feel like these days he's kind of just chilling out here until the end of this season, perhaps. But because yeah, we got a bit of an interesting battle for the second place, I believe. And I think Ozzy may still try and take that second place, so we could see the 1-times with the 1-2 in the standings there as well. But in the meantime, we see then F1 Fan just making an easy move on Yo, or maybe not really all that easy. He makes a bit of a mistake, but yeah, Yoa's tires are absolutely dead, so he really needs to go into the pits. In the meantime, we see the 1-times once again into the pits here, and I think, yeah, so that's this next big thing that Fatmi may just done his final pit stop already. And now it's gonna be Ozzy's job to try and catch up to the Frenchman until the end of this race. And let's see then, it's gonna be...
We love to see this, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. Phantomy taking these hards, the final 6 or 7 laps. Ozzy absolutely looking to chase him down. Ozzy has gone all race, very aggressive on his tyres, very fast but very quick wear. That's been an extra pit stop for him at this track, which, as we've said, has such a long pit lane, but he now has about 4.5 seconds to make up 6 laps to do it. This could be an all-timer of a finish.
Yes, for sure, this is really looking promising. In the meantime, I just saw Yoa making a hell of a clean move on Kala there. And in the meantime, Kari is just going to be leaving the pit just behind his teammates. And yeah, definitely solid finish there for IMC with double top 8. And yeah, but as we still see this battle then between Yoa and Kala right now. But I think Kala is probably just trying to stay behind the South African. His tires are definitely older than Yoa's. And yeah, in the meantime, not much is really happening here. Quite a few pairs of drivers being sort of close to each other, but not really being on slipstream range. We cannot forget that the slipstream settings since the previous season they really got quite extreme when it comes to the range. But in the meantime, we see Straddle and Matti battling each other there. Straddle had the outside line, and now he takes 10p9, so amazing move there from the Shrek Republic drivers. You see Matti up the inside, but he leaves him to space there. The Straddle managed to stay around the outside there. So this is a nice Eastern European battle here between Matti and Straddle. And let's see the SCP driver who being caught sleeping there. Matti will take the gap now. He takes P9 once again. And then he managed to shut the door nicely on the exit. But now on the penultimate turn, Straddle has the exit. And now he's going to take back P9 there. Matti's still going to pick up the draft heading to turn 1. But cannot really make the move there. So there he goes, Straddle. And actually some really good piece of racing here between Straddle and Matti. All very clean here, as we see. And yeah, it's actually very nice to see Matti battling cleanly, because at least in the past some people will have certain things to say about him, but so yeah, but as you see him using his experience, and then he goes up the inside once again, a brilliant move there from the Polish driver. But as you see, Straddle once again will take that draft, and once again he will take P9 then, as you see, he goes around the outside into turn 1. And what an amazing move there from Straddle. So
Justin, in the meantime, chasing down Kola. This is the battle for 6th and 7th positions. We're watching our timing screens the whole time for 1st and 2nd, but these are great battles going on lower down the field. Justin eases his way through. He's on a fresher, softer tyre, and looks like he might be able to hold that position to the end. Could he even potentially back Kola up into his teammate? That might be a bit too much to ask for, but you never know.
yeah, and in the meantime, I'm seeing... Oh my god, Justin made a bit of a mistake there out of turn 1, but either way, look at the gaps at the front. It's less than 2 seconds between between Ozzy and Fatby, but the time is running out here. There's only 1 lap to go here. Can Fatby hold on until the end? Let's see then. So, final lap here. Fatby has already seen the white flag. And Ozzy gonna be then in 2nd place, gonna be trying to catch him up. In the meantime, F1 fan somehow is in 3rd place. Looks like he has saved a pit stop. So let's see then, just half a lap to go. Ozzy getting quickly catching Figo, but no, he makes the mistake there. So I think this could be it. There it goes. Final few turns for Fatmi. And yeah, Ozzy is just trying to take back-to-back wins. And at least for now, that may be the night, but maybe after this race things could change. But here we go, then Fatby is the first to cross the line to win the British Grand Prix. Ozzy will take 2nd, and F1 fan will finish in 3rd. What an amazing race there from the Romanian driver, that must be said.
Podium from the front 3, but the man in 4th might come out best of all. Figueira is a 4-time champion of Ultimate League, joins a very, very exclusive club of drivers. There aren't many who have won it more than twice. He's gone for 4 here and has become yet another champion of another season of the league.
Yeah, that is true now. He essentially has the double of championships than every single champion pretty much, or nearly every single champion. But yeah, now we are seeing the all of the others ending. But yeah, man, I completely forgot about Figo, and I must apologize there. But because yeah, I mean, we had this big battle between Fatmi and Ozzy, and but yeah, so as we look then into the race results, Fatmi will take the win here with Ozzy. Then finishing in 2nd place, F1 fan will take 3rd, and for the first time in a very long while, Figo actually is outside of the podium, but there could be things going on after this race that could put him back on the podium potentially. As we see then Yawa then in P5, followed then by Parvi, then we got Kala in P7, then we see Justin in P8, followed by Straddle, then it is Matti just making it through into the top 10. Then in P11 is going to be then Lexus, with then Azot in P12, quite a nice race there. Then you see Nikhil Differting followed by Kalita, then it's Noms, then it is Stargold's there, Albon and Ricky, then it is Figuala on his debut, then being in P18. So that's pretty much it for the race results. And yeah, what do you thought of this race, Skip?
Well, I thought it was a fantastic battle. I thought Ozzy really had a chance to catch Fantomy at the end. I mean, we'll have to see if Fantomy does incur penalties for the slight scrap between him and Figo. Then he might see that win run away from him, which obviously I think he would not be a happy bunny about. But that would be a call for the stewards, so that's not my decision to make. A great team battle, LSA versus One Time, the two giants of the modern era in the league, and you can see them absolutely trading blows. A very understated but very, very good drive from Ewer to pick up a 5th place in the end, stuck ahead of the RMCs, and it must have been a really tight battle at the end somehow, because I thought it was Justin that was pulling away from Cola, but he's dropped back 3 seconds behind Cola and Corvid. Maybe that's a timing glitch and he'll be reinstated to P6, but again, we'll have to see. Maybe it just wasn't. Strudel, 9th place, a very solid race from him. Him and Matimar providing a great deal of entertainment towards the end, and as were our lower runners, the Lynxes, Azot and Nikhil with an amazing battle. Noms, I think, was probably on for quite a solid finish. If you imagine that he lost maybe 5 to 10 seconds in his big gravel off, then that would be the difference between 10th to the 12th or 15th position, as it ended up being very tight between the star goats at the end. And Finguala, some might say the new Figuera, down in 18th on his debut. A very solid quali though, so we know he's got a lot of pace in the tank to show us. But of course, congratulations to Figo, a 4-time champion. What an incredible achievement from him.
All right, so I guess so. Yeah, first of all, nice to see you and nice to commentate alongside you, Skip. And yeah, FT an amazing job that he did today, and it was FT a huge pleasure. But yeah, either way, let's then get ourselves into the post-race interviews, and I guess with Figo, it's gonna be like a bit of a reading session. But either way, we're gonna have to go through some drivers here, and I think the first one is gonna be then Fatmi, as as yeah, you made the hat trick today, pole position, race win, and fastest lap. You also broke one time streak, and yeah, obviously there were some heated moments there with Figo at some point when you were leaving the pits. But either way, I want to know your thoughts on this race.
First of all, it's just I feel free now. I can leave this league, man. I got my pole position just by 100th of a second. The lap was made as well. Just the pure emotion, just it just all rushed out, and I was so happy, man. And yeah, the race. I mean, the start didn't go as planned. Kind of some rough movements, but I mean, it's fine. Managed to catch Ozzy like 2 or 3 times, and yeah, just one time wasn't the worst strategy. Just the 4 stop wasn't it. And yeah, I think just for the heated moments with Figo, I just think he should be ashamed of what he did, because that's just ridiculous defense. And yeah, maybe I was aggressive, maybe a bit too much, especially in the final corner. But for the bottom right, just it's ridiculous. He doesn't deserve his crime by doing these moves. So yeah, but either way, I'm like really happy. Finally, the emotions just rushing in, and yeah, I'm still shaking.
All right, so really nice to hear there, and yeah, congratulations for the race win. And
Yeah, thank you very much.
yes, so while Figo is typing his answer, we're gonna go through other drivers, and yeah, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to go with probably Yoa, and is Yoa here? Oh yeah, there you
Hello.
go. So yeah, an amazing race there in P5. He had some battles there. I saw you battling at least Kala, and yeah, what do you make of this race? Because you also went extremely long, at least twice with the hard tires. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this race?
No, I'm actually quite happy with how it went. I think the first time I practiced was like really put some effort in was like in this hour before the race started. So I'm very very pleased. I found a very good rhythm during the race. Managed to use the overcuts to sort of get ahead of Cola and the RMCs, which I'm very happy about. And yeah, I think 50 races down. Hopefully, not many left. And yeah, congrats to Fantemy on his victory and on his pole position as well. Congrats to Figo on a 4th title. And yeah, shout outs. Yeah, just great to hear the commentary in VC with Nuno Skip. And yeah, it's been good.
We have an interview answer from Figo, which I can read out.
Yeah, if you want.
So he says in the chat, unfortunate one for me. Didn't have the pace and I couldn't really challenge. It wasn't helped by both of the LSAs running me off completely in the first and second stint either. Frustrated about being taken out on purpose, but I misjudged my line on the corner before and sent a deep dive. But I think it was clear he cut me off in the following corner. 4 championships is nice though. That's good. Through the podium by a lack of concentration and poor tire choice, but ultimately I probably could have done more if I just tried harder. Yeah, that's an interesting answer from Vigo. It's funny, always funny to see that our drivers are so competitive that any given race is always 80%, 90% is about, oh, well, I could have done this and he did that, fairly or unfairly. But it's great to see that he is a 4-time champion, at least as far as our assumption goes, and in reality, for all intents and purposes, he definitely is as well.
Yeah, and I'd say 4th title really deserved from Figo. I think from time to time he's been shown that he's pretty much a complete driver. As he can be really fast in qualifying, obviously fast in terms of race pace. Usually very good also with battling as well. Obviously today some people could have some debates, but I've seen him a lot of times actually battling, having a lot of battles with multiple drivers in the same race. A good example would be in Quota. I'm not sure that I think that was the final race of the previous season. But yeah, he had a lot of drivers throwing everything at him, but he still managed to come out on top. And I think all the wins that he has and all the titles are absolutely deserved. So yeah, congratulations then for the 4th world title. Not many can really say they got 4 titles. So yeah, amazing to see. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be the last one either. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. And yeah, so maybe I might still try and interview one more person. But I kind of need to see who would make sense as because maybe this time I'll skip Carville because I did interview him a few times lately. So I think I'm just gonna go with Justin for this final interview. And yeah, because he's also, oh wait, no, he's not British. Yeah, never mind. But either way,
Justin, how do you feel about getting a P6 finish in the team's home Grand Prix?
Yeah, the race. I actually had a good race start, to be fair. I was up to like top 3, top 2, and then I had a screen freeze, which put me down to P8. It was a little unfortunate. That just completely ruined my slip at the top, guys, and it just fell out. So I decided to pit at lap 4 because I was getting a bit frustrated with everything, what was happening with me. Then I just tried the undercut, and I made the strat work, to be fair. P6 in the end is just best of the rest because those top 5 guys are just fucking quick. But yeah, we maximized everything we could.
Well, a very solid performance, and hopefully that position is reinstated upon review with the screen freeze and everything.
It has to be, bro. Hey, thanks.
alright.
Nuno, take us out.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it then for the post-race interviews. And yeah, today we raced in Tenbridge, and yeah, we had a bit of a streak of fictional circuits, but for next week's race we're going to be getting back into a real-life circuit, and that is none other than the circuit of Sepang in Malaysia, where we actually may see some of its usual weather, as we're going to have then 25% of rain. So let's see where will that end up like, and either way, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you then in the next week. Goodbye.